What is going on, humanity? Today is March 4th, a little over 2 months of losing 60 pounds in 90 days, down 30 pounds, 30.2 pounds in 2 months, which is great progress. And I'm just gonna keep running with it until I nail that 60 pounds. I just wanna thank you for clicking on this video. I will make sure it's worth your time and you leave it learning something that you didn't know. Let's get into the day.
You know what it is, and if you don't, now you will learn what it is. Every morning starts off with a morning drink, 10 grams of creatine monohydrate with a fourth a teaspoon of Baja Gold sea salt for electrolytes and replenishment, and then a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to make myself throw up. And then I've been adding in this advanced B complex. So it covers all the bases of the vitamin B, and it's been something that I haven't really been taking serious for stimulation reasons, but I wanted to add in a B vitamin to help with energy and facilitating energy coming from food. For breakfast, I just had something quick. My fiance picked up egg bites, the egg white roasted pepper bites from Starbucks. They are really not many calories and not much protein, but it was just something before I head to the gym for leg day. Now, pretty much every workout, I start off with foam rolling. Self-myofascial release is the technical term for it. And it basically just helps all the knots. Like when we work out, our muscles kind of get bulged up and spindled around, and it kind of resets all of that. So I focus on the back first, get some really good cracks. Then I do my glutes and I pop my leg over to hit my piriformis a little more. Then I hit my hamstrings and my calves, and you'll see on the hamstrings and the calves that I am rotating back and forth because it's a wide muscle. I want to make sure I'm hitting all sides of the muscle to actually get the most bang for my buck out of it. Then I switch over to the quadriceps. You can also bend your knee on this and it makes it way more painful, but it just helps with the four muscles on the front of your leg. Just kind of get unwind, and I find that I get better activation actually during lifts when I do foam rolling on each of these. One of the most overlooked and necessary foam rolling things is the IT band. If you're just doing this for the first time and you try this out, it is going to suck. It's going to hurt. You can prop your leg over and take some tension off of it, but it is something that I think everyone should be doing if you're physically able to. And then active mobility is super important for just loosening up things that are missed on the SMR, on the foam rolling. And this is called a Captain Morgan. I kind of coined that phrase for this. I didn't know what else to call it. And it just works on that knee that is down, it's working that hip flexor, and then the foot that is rotating, it's working that adductor when it pops out. So it's a really good exercise for tight hips, which most of us struggle with. The next active mobility exercise that I always hit no matter what lift is called the world's greatest stretch. It just works the hamstrings, the hips, your thoracic spine as I'm twisting right here with my back. And it's an overall really good exercise to just warm up all of the joints and just get them ready to go for full out combat, which is coming up next. And this is my prime mover, which I spoke about in a recent video. I pick one exercise that I'm gonna go really hard at, 100% intensity. And this is going to be that. So this is the second of 5 sets of that. And on this, you want to make sure your weight is on your heels. You can see this clip, I slowed it down because I actually get off my balance and base. It's a good thing that it's light, so I didn't like ruin the whole world. But it is something where a lot of people have lower back pains because they're not hinging at their hips and putting the weight distribution on their glutes and hamstrings. And you want to do that where your toes, you can see mine are almost coming off the floor. So it's distributing that weight correctly onto your hamstrings and glutes and not your back. For the quads, the front of the legs, and the knee health for the tendons, as well as the ankle, I do backward sled walks. Try and do these every leg day. It's probably my favorite exercise. You don't have to think about form, just really trying to drive the foot back intentionally with each step and then slowly progressing up in weight. For a unilateral exercise, working, the single legs, I'm doing Bulgarian split squats. Sit down, put the leg out straight, put the heel down, and that's a good distance to start off for every rep. And I just do that in between each set. And then I'm just trying to focus on keeping my chest in alignment with my knee that is bent on the backward elevated leg. And You don't have to get full extension on the forward leg, just trying to control the movement, go a little slowly on the way down, and then stabilize the knee so it's not bouncing around like you're on a road trip on a back road. And then I always make sure that I hit calves. Not only is it a very aesthetically pleasing muscle, but it is a super enticing muscle for athletic performance and just building that posterior chain on the backside of our body. I make sure I try and do double ups, so when I'm pressing up, I don't feel like I get all the way there, so I do a kind of like a little and bounce up there. And then I did a leg extension to finish off the quads, and I like doing ones that separate the legs, not just one bar that comes across, so that I can individually hit the muscles by themselves. I was short on time, so normally I would hit these single leg by themselves at a time, but this is still a weight stack for each individual quad. And then I finished up with cardio on 5 incline and 3 speed. I did 30 minutes on this, and I wanted to not do an hour because I have a treadmill at home, so I'm going to hit another 30 minutes after I eat, do some work and stuff, but treadmill has been my main, and walking has been my main cardio source. I just picked up something quick before I had some client meetings, so just greens and chicken from Whole Foods, and then I knocked out my other 30 minutes of cardio after some calls and work for a few hours before I was actually going to make dinner. And I keep the treadmill on 5 incline and 3 speed. The issue that I've been having with this treadmill is just probably the age of the motor. Even though it wasn't used that much, I needed to actually pop it open and clean it and make sure it's like fully functioning. But I still love having a treadmill at home. I've noticed that my heart rate jumps up a lot higher at the same incline and speed as the one at the gym. Like my heart rate at home is a lot higher, and I'm assuming that's because I'm having to actually force my body to move more because the belt is sticky or the motor is sticky. But regardless, I love having access to a treadmill where I can smash down cardio whenever I please, whenever I choose. Now, for dinner, I wanted something simple, so I had 12 ounces of air-fried chicken breast and then the protein goodles on the side, 140 grams of that. And on the side of that, I had a Mediterranean crunch salad. And altogether, this was 1,000 calories with 93 grams of protein, and I was really happy with it. And then this Kinder's Buffalo Barbecue Sauce it's winning me over. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you learned something. Love you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.